Hello everybody, my name is Promise, and welcome back to more Imperator, the Bronze Age, playing as Babylon. I just got out of the Paradox Con announcement stream where they announced Victoria 3 is gonna be a thing. Absolutely bonkers, but now I gotta pay attention to Imperator again. Which might be a little hard, I'm excitable. Alright, so last time we left off, we did have a small uprising problem. A couple of provinces that think they can challenge the great Babylonian Empire. We're smashing them into the ground to prove that that is absolutely untrue. We are in the process of building our great wonder, the Ascent to Heaven, which is going to take a very, very, very long time to get built up. So I wouldn't get too excited for at least a good long while, but you know, at some point we will have this done. Already a great wonder there. I can't actually check on its progress, whatever. Anyway, once it is done, we're going to find ourselves getting a lot of nice little buffs here in Babylon, as well as countrywide, but especially in Babylon, including military tech investments, citizens, taxes, import routes, and so on. The province is going to take another 4,776 days to complete. Many, many years we have to look forward to on that. Oh, did you guys get smashed and you're trying to run back home? You silly little people. Patronage of the arts. You know, a little money for some extra monthly legitimacy couldn't be that bad. We'll go ahead and do that. I mean, what is money to me at this point? Yeah, we got things we need to build, and yes, I know I should really build foundries. People like to tell me that foundries are amazing and I should be building them everywhere, and they're not wrong, they are good. It just depends a little bit on where you're gonna place them. I'm trying to remember what the actual meta is on this. So generally on goods that you can't already get excess of via, like plantations, right? So things like honey, you want to get a lot of extra slaves. Foundries can be pretty good on this. Or in this case, probably workshops in order to try and increase the resource production. No, maybe just foundries, Either way, get a lot of slaves, you know, high slave ratios equals lots of extra goods. Do we care about things like earthenware though? I mean, meh? Maybe. I guess we can go ahead and do some of it. Let's go ahead and build a foundry over there, I guess. Sure, why not? Build some foundries, get some slave ratios, start getting a lot of extra goodies, right? Right. There's actually a lot of building slots over here for some reason. Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and build a bazaar up in Sipar up over here because having some extra citizens would certainly be nice. That's Sipar? You know, I forgot. Sipar, we captured way down here. We finished them off in the last couple of videos, but I forgot their capital's way up over here, so oopsie daisy. Anyway, it looks like that's going to be the end of at least one of these groups of rebels, so we'll finish them off soon enough. Let's go ahead and sue for peace. And this doesn't get me any aggressive expansion, of course, partly because it's already so high. We'll go ahead and use this as an opportunity to burn off a little bit of aggressive expansion, so it ended up being a net benefit for me. And now we're just sitting back and waiting on this next siege, which should be done someday, I guess. Were we able to finish this last mission? For some reason, it's still acting as if I am not importing 2 copper. Does it want me to import 2 copper from the same target? Because if so, that might be considered a little weird. This is interesting. So no matter what, massacring our nobility reduces culture happiness for Goody and is going to go down no matter what I do. Well, that's interesting. Well, we're still going to do this. Now, how are we looking as far as loyalty? It's starting up fairly high, but again, it is ticking down just like before. So we have a finite amount of time to try and colonize some areas and then maybe get it all under control. Wouldn't be a bad idea to try and build a city somewhere. If we could found a city over here, we could start getting some peacekeepers, and that might be enough to help get this back under control. If not that, though, then at least maybe something else like... Probably not a provincial legation. I don't really need fortifications. There's not a lot I can do that would make people happy if they don't live in a city. That's the problem. A little bit weird, right? We have characters imprisoned abroad. I do? I suppose we could try to fix that. We need a new chancellor. Very well. We will take... You have terrible statesmanship value, but you're very, very good, and aggressive expansion change is kind of important. I guess we go ahead and put you in charge, even though it risks making one of the families too strong. That actually is a pretty substantial reduction here. As you build up statesmanship, this is only going to get better. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I'll take it. Absolutely, I will take it. All right, so I'm curious how this is going to work. So we have our levy over here. but it is not the ruler. So we have to stand down our levy. I want to find out what is going to happen if we were to raise up our levies from the capital. Maybe we don't need to do it right now, but there we go. Did we just finish embracing the Sumerian culture already? That was way faster than I thought it was going to be. Sweet. All right, we can set the culture of 6 Sumerian pops to Sumerian. Sorry, non-Sumerian pops. We would get some extra integration progress. Oh, okay, no, we're only a quarter of the way there, but we can speed it up a bit. Okay. If we do that, cultural acceptance goes down for 16 months. But it makes all Sumerian cultures happier for a bit. We can have tyranny, which slows things down, or we could try for Gudana. I'm going to go ahead and embrace Sumerian a little bit faster. Extra Sumerian pops in the capital should be just fine. We're going to need some additional stone. Still think that's worthwhile. Still concerned about why I can't get more copper figured out. And I guess we'll go ahead and do some extra wild game. Why not? I mean, we got archers. Archer discipline's all right. So do you want me to get copper from the same people? That would just seem so weird if that's the case. I think this mission might be bugged. I think I'm just going to go ahead and say we're finished with it, so we can get a new one. All right, so we have the Matter of Isen, which I'm going to guess is a region, yep, down over here, which I do not fully control, but will soon. We could probably do the exact same thing where I have to conquer more of Uruk, which is probably okay. Alternatively, improve the infrastructure of my capital. I think we'll go for the conquest because I plan on doing this anyway. And then for this, we would get some free claims if I do this soon. If we can settle Murad, we would get some additional... No, we need to build more cities. This is exactly the same as before. Integration of Adab, picking aside Triumphant Isen. There's actually a few different things here. It's not the exact same mission. It's similar in concept for what I want to do, but it is not the same thing. Shipwrecked. Lose money makes someone happy. Nah. However, I think getting a local route could be good, so we're going to do this. And, oh no, I'm in debt. Well, you know, so be it. I got a deficit. There's a chance we're going to get some events where I can possibly get some extra money. And would you look at that? We got some extra money. Boom! To make the citizens happy again. Why not? Always like doing that. We love getting additional advances. So in the last video, we did get to upgrade our law and our palatial development, which is pretty nice. The diplomatic range is nice. Reputation's good. We do want to try to change up our law if we can get some stability together to get the military service. The problem is my stability is absolutely hot garbage right now. It is completely falling apart super duper rapidly. We need to stab a pig, but for that I could really use a lot more political influence. And even then, it's nowhere near enough to stave off what we are losing. It's so bad right now. So very, very bad. It's mostly coming because our aggressive expansion is simply too dang high. We will probably want to... I don't have any war exhaustion, so I can't invoke Devotio. So that's not going to be a thing. I would like to get some additional tyranny. A grand festival. Sure, we can make some people happy. 5% extra happiness with our pops is good. No longer importing some fruit and ivory. Okay, we can fix that quickly enough. Let's get some ivory from you, for example, and... I actually don't have a route back for some reason. I think we lost it elsewhere. We gained gout. You know, we've come back from dysentery, all right? Like, how bad can it really be, though? We'll probably be all right. Of the people, lose manpower, gain influence, which is kind of nice. Yeah, in this case, I think it's actually worth it because the extra political influence will allow me to get some stability, so we slow down the loss. Amazingly, even though our stability is treading toward, like, total anarchy, we're not actually, like, at risk of any of my provinces rising up yet. I don't want to move against my, my son, the governor, 50-year-old who's my heir, so that wouldn't go over very well. Lose loyalty in a province. Well, I can't do this. We can't move against you, but this does mean we're going to have some more disloyal characters / provinces to work against. So right over here, for example, this is now increasingly becoming an issue. Well, I was trying to get some peacekeepers, and I already got those, so that's a thing. But because the province is disloyal, I can't do any more. We're gonna do harsh treatment over here. I don't think that's gonna be anywhere near enough, though. It's ticking down by quite a lot. Yeah, lots of unhappiness in a lot of places. We're gonna have more rebellions up over here, no doubt about it. Taxes, and somebody loses loyalty. Or we gain some free stability. I need it. I'll take what little I can get. The court speaks. Alright, well, Easton must belong to Babylon. We lose some Diplo rep, but war score cost is reduced for a bit. As far as some more missions, between settling and then controlling a few areas, which is basically to say the rest of this region here, there's not much else for me to do yet. Which is okay. That's fine. Do I want to ransom this prisoner? He's a 28-year-old who's pretty good at martial. Not a whole lot more beyond that, though. Could ransom the prisoner. Would cost a little bit of money. From the local power of Deru. Aren't you my vassal? I should just force you to release the guy. Whatever. Tis what tis. So what we really want to do is get happiness in this region. Our happiness is extremely low. We have peacekeepers, which helps, but it's not enough. They're of the correct culture, but they're not happy enough for me. So right now, we can sort by happiness and see sort of what's going on. Negative stability is what's killing me right now. And yes, the cultural acceptance and other stuff that we did as far as integrating some pops certainly hasn't helped the situation, but really what's killing me is my stability. My stability is just terrible in every possible way. Another province that is looking like it's going to cause some issues. We could go for some more harsh treatment, and I guess we will. It doesn't do me a lot, though. It just sort of staves things off, like a smidge. We're going to continue having issues. Now, this is why we've got mercs. Mercs can help deal with these. It's not that bad. It's just more annoying than anything else. But these guys will be in position and ready to go. We already got peacekeepers over here. You guys produce saffron. I think in this case, maybe we will go ahead and build a foundry up. Foundries seem reasonable over there. Got plenty of peacekeepers in some areas. Not a lot here, but we can go ahead and reduce the unrest. And reducing unrest is pretty good. So what happens here is unhappy pops create unrest. Unrest creates territory provincial disloyalty. So, if you can make people happy, problems get solved, but worse come to worse, simply reducing the unrest can sometimes be enough. We have a third province that is becoming disloyal up over here in Push. Not too surprising, to be honest. I don't think we even... Now, we have a city here, and we have peacekeepers already, so there's not much else we can do over there. That's probably fine. I would love to do some more colonization, need more manpower for that to work. Would love to build a city over here. We could do that. I think I will, simply because having a city in this region is going to be necessary as we continue to grow and colonize, and it lets me start getting things like the peacekeepers to try and reduce the disloyalty, so I can get this province back under control. I think. Pretty sure that's going to work for me. Alright. So let's see, how are the families doing? For the most part, I think they're doing okay. We can see the prestige of the different families, and obviously the leading family by the ruler is looking very strong right now. Got to be a little bit concerned about some of that. My son, Remush, is causing issues. My son is richer than his father. He has clearly proven to be very corrupt, I'm guessing. Yes, very, very corrupt indeed. Not going up at all, it's just been from various different events. I wish there were some things that I could do that would assist, but there's not. Country civilization is going to go up because we got an advancement in our oratory advances. I do think we need to go for anything that helps reduce our aggressive expansion impact a little bit. Could start going down here with the proportional agreements, which is okay. And this still does what I want to. Also unlocks a wonder effect. Depends on how much I think I'm going to work towards subjects and stuff, but the answer is probably not that much. And I don't care too much about the war score cost. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab some aggressive expansion impact reduction, which should reduce how much stability we are losing as well as some of the unhappiness we are getting. So this does improve my situation a little bit. Not a lot, mind you, just a little bit. We could probably try getting some different religious relics if we wanted to. Curious. Oh, I need 15 stability to change up a god. Darn it. Empty altar. We need to have a metropolis. Do that in a few places and we'd be okay. We're losing out on the copper all of a sudden again. There's only one place that'll sell it to me, and it's these guys. I still want the copper because the extra discipline for all units is pretty good. I like that. Shoring up the defenses. Uruk gains a fortification. Not bad. Or we can have a training camp. Honestly, I'll take the fortification. It's not a bad spot for it, given that we are going to have some issues with these guys in the future. I am tempted to say we should hire these mercs. What is this? A Sumerian recruitment drive. This is, again, trying to increase how fast we are speeding this up. We're already at 75% right now. Do this so we can get a lot more freeman output, which translates into taxes and manpower. Also, a bunch of slaves become freemen. I don't really want to slow this down. And I don't want to lose loyalty. So we're going to do this. Bountiful harvests. Sure, I'll take the stability. It's a lot of money to lose out on, but every little bit of stability helps right now. I do think we're going to go to our culture. And we can pass another decision to try and speed this up. But I lose too much stability from all of it. I was thinking we want to do this to just gain some provincial loyalty, but maybe not. Nah, we're not going to do that right now. We'll live. Hopefully we can get the provinces under control. I do think that it might be worth trying to hire these guys. Buy off mercenaries. I don't think I can for some reason. Oh, we can only support 3 mercenaries. I actually didn't know there was a mercenary limit in that way. That's actually good, but I did not know that that was a thing. So, okay. No, good to know. Very good to know. We're still building out this city, yeah? City is going to take a while to build up, but it helps. Some Gudian population, some South Akkadian. If we can get a city and eventually work toward things like theaters and grand wonders and stuff, that'd be great. Sorry, grand temples. The only thing I don't need to worry about really is religion. Religion, we are good for the long time. Until we start fighting Sasan, even in Assyria, we are completely good to go. It really comes down to culture. Get people on my cultural side and we'll be fine. Now remember that by integrating the Sumerians, they're not going to be integrating for us. Okay, we just died. Probably of the gout. So now Ramush is in charge. Our stability has dropped down to almost none. Well, it is sad. We have an unmarried ruler. He's 50 years old. We should probably go ahead and get married. Probably should have done that a while ago, now that I think about it. I probably should sort by, like, age, and maybe we can have a kid. I don't know. What are the odds we can still have some kids in time? Not great, but we can try. I'm going to take the youngest one available right now. You'll do fine. All right, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to gain some loyalty. Yeah, let's get married. Boom. Could arrange an adoption. I don't know, though. Let's take a look. What happened as far as, like, our nation's, like, heir? Okay, so we have a few different people that we could potentially anoint. Potentially. What's our ruler's popularity? Not the worst, not great, but not bad. I was just wondering if we want to hold some games or something to try and build this back up. Could go for a war council. Can't afford to patronize the arts. Though it is nice. Let's summon a war council and see if we can get some free claims. March on Uruk, make somebody happy and someone unhappy. Well. Alright, we're gonna have a disloyal character. Not a good time for that, but alright. Need a good governor. One who can handle the fact that we are gonna be having some issues. Tax loss is not the worst thing in the world. I think I'll put you in charge. With the good finesse value, I'm hoping we can try to make some of these people happier. This character, we're going to go ahead and give some free hands for a bit. Get some of that loyalty back up. I don't know if it automatically revokes or not, but it would be nice if it did. I don't have any tyranny yet. At least not much. It would be great if we could get some. Would also be great if I can get some more stability. One thing we could do is try to get some additional political influence by using a scheme. This does reduce popularity a little bit, but as long as we keep going to war and let you lead, which, by the way, you have the worst martial skill ever, maybe we'll be able to do something as far as getting popularity back up. Maybe. But there's not a whole lot else I can do besides the fact that we are going to have some disloyalty. It's going to be a thing. And these guys are still slowly ticking down. Yeah. There's just not a lot I can do as long as these, as long as the unhappiness is so high. A really good martial skill makes sense. We'll put you in charge there. Does get me some monthly experience. We like that. Could try to get some popularity by getting rid of pirates. That's probably worthwhile, so we'll go ahead and dislodge the pirates. Untiring devotion. Hey, some much-needed stability, which, by the way, appears to have gone into the positive. Did we just finish annexing the culture? Yes, we did. Okay, so we now have civic rights extended to the Sumerians. They can indeed become citizens, which is great. So, with that done, I am curious, if we take a look at our military. Yes, we can have a lot more pops integrated over here. Oh, look at that. All right, so we just greatly increased our military strength. 19 pops can rise up. Now we can get heavy chariots, regular chariots, as well as some spearmen and so on. We've been lacking on the chariot department for a while. So between Eason and Uruk and now we actually have what is effectively light cavalry. I love light cavalry in this game. I think it's really good. So I like the idea of having that. Speaking of which, we actually could go for... Apparently not. No Persian traditions. So we actually didn't unlock anything new by integrating the Sumerians. That's interesting. Okay, that's not a big deal. I'm just surprised. 3 innovations is pretty awesome. Some discipline for axemen and stuff is pretty awesome too. But 3 innovations is awesome. I think we'll just go ahead and do this. I mean, 3 innovations is 3 innovations, dude. I can't say no. Let's see. Proportional arrangements. Meh. Could try to reduce aggressive expansion even further, I suppose. More relations means more vassals. Alternatively, I don't really want to reduce tyranny in this case. I do feel like we're very slow when it comes to the sieging. I'm kind of tempted to spend these and try to go for things like sapping. Get some siege ability, you know? Assault ability, all of that could be pretty helpful. It would let me win a lot of important fights a lot faster. Alternatively, there are things like some provincial loyalty if we go down this route. Unintegrated culture happiness goes up. This could be pretty good too. We do have a lot of happiness issues. Let's go for some pop promotion. Let's go for the petitions, make the provinces slightly more loyalty. Could get public slavery. No longer have tyranny or popularity penalties if we imprison characters that are gamblers, in debt, or corrupt. Could be pretty helpful. Expanding culture, great wonder. What does that do? I am curious. Expanding culture. I can't see it. Darn it. This is mostly just ways for us to improve our output. I mean, slaves for surpluses and stuff, blah, 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 yeah. We've been kind of squandering a few of these, though. Unintegrated culture group happiness. Maximum research efficiency would be pretty awesome. Which I think is for the religious education. Where's, Grand Theater? Is that a thing? Hang on. Let's take a look over here. Let's actually see. Is there a building slot that we can use as far as the Grand Theater for the, no, it's the Ziggurats. Oh, no, we actually, I don't think have Grand Theaters. Which was mostly for the cultural integration and / assimilation. Yeah, I don't see much of that aside from the Ziggurats. All right, so we're not going to worry about any of that then. Let's go ahead and start making progress. Army weight modifier isn't a bad thing. Our armies are getting a lot larger. So not having to deal with food is still pretty important. Stability, slowly going up. Still mostly suffering due to aggressive expansion. The faster we can burn that down, the better. The coming of a new city. Hooray. All right, so in Warham, you over here, we're going to go ahead and build these peacekeepers. This should take care of a lot of the unrest issues. We can also try to get some things like ziggurats and start converting the pops a little faster. Not that there's a whole lot going over here, but you can see we're making some progress. Very, very slow, though. It takes like 20, 30 years to integrate a single pop into our culture. Very slow process. Not a fan. Still think I want the stone, though. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Build cost reduction is always nice. Well, let's take a look at culture and stuff then. Where might I want to build some ziggurats? This province is disloyal, so I cannot. You are of my culture, so I don't need it there. This isn't a city, though we could build one. We could build another city over here. The problem is, if we can conquer this from eventually my ally, it already has a city. I don't think it's worth building a city here, to be honest. What about up over here, for example? Yeah, let's get a ziggurat there, and maybe a ziggurat here. There's at least a few places where I am pretty sure we're going to need it. No, wait, these are already Akkadian. Well, then maybe I have no idea what I want. How about foundries, yeah? Also more peacekeepers. Alright, just trying to stabilize the realm somehow. It's been a very slow process up to this point. Let's colonize the last little bit of territory over here. I want to go to war, I just know that I can't. We have a scorned family. Well, I did just lose a job, so maybe we can fix that right now. You, huh? Taxes? You'll do. I mean, you're not great, but you got at least some reasonable amount of skill. Overland's route, gain a morale boost. Ooh. Population growth, there could be a pirate naval base, or morale of navies. Well, we don't have navies, so we're not going to do that. When are we able to go to war against Uruk again? I actually don't think we have any peace treaties anymore. I think we can go to war. However, we don't have any stability, so that's an issue. Another innovation. Thank you. Me likey. Let's take the sapping. Siege engineers. All right, a little bit of extra siege ability is great. As the population grows and we get more citizens in Babylon, we are getting more trade routes, so that's the thing. Apparently, the earthenware just doesn't exist. What's this nitron, whatever. Cedar we could actually get now. It's kind of exciting. Saffron. You know, we actually do need some popularity gain. Let's go ahead and do that. I need my ruler to get a little bit more popular. So far, they're pretty bad. Invite someone to a we can try to gain some corruption and try to become friends with somebody. If there were a way for me to get rid of corruption, I'd happily do that, but becoming friends with people is always a good idea, right? Now that we are getting some cities over here, I think we can continue colonizing at least a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and do that with some livestock, get that going. Can we see where I've got some slaves? Anywhere where I've got a good amount of slaves that would benefit from extra trade goods if we were to build some plantations. It sure looks to me like almost all of these guys are migrating to the cities. But over here, for example, we could build a plantation, reduce the number of slaves needed for a surplus. All right. No, I need cities. I need at least one city in every single province. You've got a pretty good number of slaves. Let's get a plantation over here, then. For the reeds, I guess. I still need to have a better, macro builder so that I can automatically do a lot of this stuff. Yeah. Alright, so push is now starting to actually increase in loyalty. Erish still going down. This is almost going up. So a couple of the provinces are improving. Tiny bit. Lost a researcher. Guess we'll go ahead and take whoever's best so I can continue getting tech. Next time we level up in some tech, we would get 2 more points. We could spend that to upgrade, let's say, Law 1 to Law 2 or something like that. Could also go for things with the mercenary structure. City building slots, civilization value, more range, trade, irrigation. Pop capacity is pretty good. Interesting that irrigation reduces your manpower. Not too sure why that's the case. Another researcher dies. Well, that just stinks. Let's go ahead and put you in charge then. And more omens. All right, we'll do that. So I can't do much of anything as far as wars until we get some stability. That's a kind of good mechanic, by the way. in that you can't just go randomly attacking everybody if you can't actually maintain your nation. You have to at least try to get some stability figured out. Could lose a bit of money in order to try and gain some loyalty. I guess we'll do that. Money is cheap to me, ultimately. We should probably go ahead and start improving relations with my vassals with the intention of annexing these guys. So we'll do that here. And we could start improving relations with you as well. Doesn't do a lot though, only 24, but that's all I need technically to start the integration. The problem with Deru is that they are far away, they're not connected, so we're soon gonna have to abandon our ally and start killing them. The thing is, by doing so, we set themselves up to get killed by Assyria, which I don't want to give Caesarea any room to continue growing, so I'm very wary of that. We have no scorned families, we'll go ahead and take the best possible candidate, and we have more dysentery going around, gosh dang it. All right, we'll take whoever's best, keep burning down that aggressive expansion, gosh dang it. And I think this is where we're gonna have to end this video. Soon-ish, I do believe that we are going to be able to attack Uruk. You, governor of Akkad, loses loyalty, we get money. I think I'd rather gain the loyalty and the popularity and stuff. Also, provincial loyalty is good. Yeah, so soon we're gonna be able to attack Uruk again, but the second we do that, guess what's gonna happen? Right, my stability is going to become garbage again. So, yeah, we're having a hard time stabilizing, to be honest. A very hard time stabilizing, but we will figure it out. In the meantime, you know, we got some neighbors who are getting stronger on my borders, and I gotta be a little bit worried, so, gonna have to take that risk soon. Thank y'all for watching, hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.